Shit, dude. I guess everybody should go subscribe to Danielle.
Welcome. How are you doing today? I tried to fix my camera angle so that the mount wouldn't just be flipping and flopping all over the place, because it's a bumpy ride, you and me. We're riding a rough road. But I cannot guarantee that it's not gonna, just suddenly pan down to my lap and me not notice for a minute and a half. I think I have ringworm. I'd been having this issue with my skin where I was getting just these little dry patches, and some of them would get a little pink. And because I spent all of my fucking money going to therapy, I cannot afford to pay $70 to see a dermatologist right now. And I don't have a general practitioner. So I went over to my friend's house last weekend, and I don't know if maybe it's just that I can't handle the liquor anymore. Liquor? What's her name? But yeah, I fucking went to bed at 10 p.m. I woke up around 1 or 2 a.m. I went downstairs to go outside to smoke a cigarette, and she was still awake, as she was naked in her backyard, rearranging her patio furniture. So naturally, I took my clothes off too and kept her company naked. But she said, "Yeah, dude, you went to bed early and I wanted to party, so I took mushrooms. Do you think these chairs look good over here?" And it was really nice to spend time with her. We've been friends for 15 years now. A few years ago, she had a baby, but now her kid's starting to get older, so the kid can be put to bed, and we can stay up and hang out in the backyard naked in the middle of the night. And she started talking about how she wants to have another baby because she wants to give her child a sibling. She said because her child wants one so bad. And I said, "Are you really going to take life advice from a 3-year-old? She told me that I was not very supportive of her first pregnancy. And that's true. I'm generally not supportive or stoked about anyone's pregnancy. Because when someone says to me, "I'm pregnant," that translates to me as, "I'll never see you again." And this particular friend many years ago said something very hurtful to me about my having wanted to be a mother at the time. I was going through some fucking psychosis back then. And apparently she meant it a different way, but I did not take it the way that she meant it, and it hurt my feelings really bad. And because I care so much about what she thinks of me, when she made me feel fucking pathetic for wanting to follow the fucking life script and get married and be a mom, I took it to heart. So when she showed up at the bar several years later while I was off my meds and high on cocaine and was "I'm pregnant," I was just ugh. I regret that, and I apologized to her. But I do kind of feel oh my God, girl, it's been several years, and now your child is starting to be self-sufficient enough that I can come sleep over and your kid isn't running around the entire time. And now you want to do it again? My God, I'm a bad friend. But I mean, it's because I'm fucking selfish, right? I used to have a mob of girlfriends that I would party with. And it's not I'm trying to go downtown and fucking do a ton of drugs anymore. But I would like to be able to spend time with people where it's just us. And I don't have that anymore. Everybody had fucking kids and peaced out. I have this one girlfriend who she had 2 kids when she was pretty young. She was 19, 20. And when they were 5 and 7 or something, she would have a bunch of people over and we could stay up late and have a good time, and her kids would just be asleep. Oh gosh. But then she got knocked up again and again. And yeah, it just kind of sucks because when this, other girlfriend with all them damn kids, when she had her 3rd child and moved back to Texas from wherever she'd ran off to, one of the Dakotas. She was pregnant with her 4th child, and the father of her children ain't shit. And she needed to go to the doctor for an ultrasound checkup. I drove from Austin, where I lived, to Bastrop to pick her up from her parents' house. I took her to her doctor's appointment, and I had to pay for her to get her sonograms. They made you pay $10 to keep a copy of your sonograms, and she didn't have $10. I have no problem with that. I want her to have her sonograms, right? And then I took her out to lunch and then drove her out to where she was living in Smithville. And I'm not like saying like, oh, I did all these nice things for her and she owes me. I mean, one could say she owes me a little bit of friendship and spending time with me. But anyway, that was our outing that day. And then I didn't see her again for 7 fucking years. And it's not like we had a falling out or anything. She just kind of had a bunch of kids and like disappeared. So a couple of months ago, she came to town in Austin for this like afternoon, like family friendly event at a bar on the south side called Little Darlin'. So the 3 of us, my first friend with the 1 kid and my other girlfriend with the 4 kids, went down to this event, and my gosh, it is really difficult to spend time with someone when they have 4 kids with them. Because you cannot have a conversation. They are not paying attention because they have 4 fucking kids with them. This place that we went to, the food was expensive, right? Like, I got a burger and fries, and it was $20. And, you know, I couldn't fucking afford to take 4 kids out and pay fucking $20 for each of them to eat. But, like, I guess she did not factor in that she probably should have, like, brought snacks from home. So she went off to part of this event with her youngest 2 kids. And I was chilling with her older kids. They remember me from when they were little. They're like 15 and 17 or 16 and 18 now. Those poor things had been there for fucking hours and they were hungry. And like, I keep snacks on me. So I was giving them snacks out of my purse. And eventually, like, I went and like bought them some like appetizer to share, like from the event, because I just was like, oh my gosh. And you know what? I'm probably not going to see her for another 7 fucking years. And all I want is to just spend time with her. But when I see her, I feel like I'm more of just like a service. Does that make sense? And then later on, the friend who has the 1 kid privately talked to me about the friend with the 4 kids, and she was like, I cannot believe she brought all those kids to an all-day event with no money and like no way to feed them. Like, that's not cool. And I hadn't even thought about that. Like, all I had seen it as is like, my friend doesn't have any fucking money because it's hard to fucking work when you have 4 kids. And you know, 4 kids friend, she's had this boyfriend a few years now. And I kind of feel like he probably ain't shit because nobody's met him. Earlier this year, there was like this memorial event for our friend who passed away. And I was there with everybody I've ever fucking known in my entire life. And I didn't realize it until the end of the night. But my friend came to town for this event with her boyfriend. And he was too afraid to meet us, like the friend group, because he thought that we wouldn't like him. So he sat in her car in the parking lot, just waiting for hours until she was ready to go home. And I understand having like anxiety, but like, if you are that fucking afraid that your girlfriend's friends won't like you, you probably ain't shit. It's probably for a reason. It's probably because you know about yourself and you know that you're gonna give us reasons not to like you. And refusing to meet me, that is a good reason for me to not like you. And again, that same night, I wanted to like drink and party with her, but like she didn't have any money. So I was like happy to fucking buy her drinks all night. And you know what? If I had kids, I wouldn't be able to spend any money on my friends. It's not about the money. It's about reciprocity. Does that make sense? Although, considering I'm talking all about reciprocity, I have a third friend who has a child, and she mailed me a box of goodies and presents several months ago. And you know what I've done for her? Nothing. Anyway, so I miss having friends. So I asked the receptionist at my office if she wanted to be my friend. And she said, sure. So I wrote down my phone number and I gave it to her. And she texted me a worm. And I replied with a croissant. Friendship. I want to thank you for listening. I feel like Forgiveness is very important, so I want you to forgive yourself for the time that you have wasted watching this video, and have a good day.